I was not intoxicated.
She was at my party. I had seen the way she was acting.
Yes, I did drink.
The way, she was going about her thing.
Know who your friends are.
Don't lend out your toys.
He was a soldier and he protected everybody he knew.
Saying goodbye, family and friends and complete strangers gather to honor a local veteran killed by Metro Police. And how secure is your home? The quick and easy things you can do to discourage criminals. Christmas 2 days away. As a result, airports and roadways are filling up. We will tell you what kind of traffic you are up against here in Southern Nevada.
This is News 3 at 5 with Jim Snyder and Jessica Moore.
Thanks for joining us. Jim and Jessica have the night off. Today, family and friends said goodbye to a war veteran who was shot and killed by a Metro officer. News 3's Marissa Mike was at Stanley Gibson's funeral today. And Marissa, there was a huge turnout.
There really was, Marie. Not only were there people who knew Gibson, there were those who didn't know him at all, just wanting to say goodbye to a war hero. Family members say they want you to know Stanley Gibson was a good man. He fought for his country and stood up for what he believed in. They also say he was taken from them way too soon. The pain of Rhonda Gibson could be felt at the sight of her trembling hand touching the window of the hearse where her husband Stanley Gibson lay. It could be heard in the cries of his brother and sisters during funeral services as Gibson's family was presented with the flag draped over his casket. Family, friends, even strangers came to mourn the loss of Gibson at the Friendship Church in Las Vegas and the Veterans Cemetery in Boulder City.
He was a soldier and he protected everybody he knew.
Gibson was a Gulf War vet who family members say suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder. He was shot and killed by a Metro police officer when he refused to leave his car. This is amateur video from the night of the shooting. There are many unanswered questions about his death, like why a Metro police officer fired 7 shots despite his supervisor's decision to use non-lethal methods first. While preliminary reports claimed the officer who killed Gibson did not know non-lethal force was to be used initially, today the Review Journal reports the officer was aware, but fired his assault rifle anyway.
It was an injustice. It was wrong. That officer should answer for it. He should not be able to hide behind anybody.
Despite the confrontation between Gibson and police, war veterans from Las Vegas lined up with flags in hand. Most didn't know Gibson, but one by one, they paid their respects for Gibson's service to our country.
We might not know each other, we might not know our first or last names, but the fact is we're veterans, so we're brothers for life.
Patriot Guards and VFW riders escorted Gibson and his family during the funeral procession, and they were there as he was laid to rest. Metro officers have shot and killed 12 people since February. Last week, Sheriff Gillespie said he welcomes an investigation by the Justice Department into how the agency uses deadly force. Marie?
Marissa, thank you for bringing us that solemn moment. Well, Stanley Gibson's family says he suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, which may have played a part in his deadly encounter with Metro officers. PTSD is something many veterans face as they try to put the experience of combat, behind them. News 3's Ashley Conroy sat down with the VA of Southern Nevada to learn more about diagnosing and treating this disorder.
The consequences are devastating, frightening for those former service members who don't have the right treatment.
It certainly is a very common experience for folks who've been in combat or dangerous situations.
Post-traumatic stress disorder affects thousands of veterans nationwide and 3,600 right here in Southern Nevada. VA Chief of Staff Dr. Ramu Kamandori has seen it all too often. A former service member starts having nightmares, re-experiencing a traumatic scenario from combat. Then they become agitated, hypervigilant, and always on the lookout for something to go wrong.
They may become very, very irritable and may also react in similar way to the family member. So this kind of hyper-alert state, hyperactive response to relatively minor things.
And lastly, they become distant, avoid family and friends, and a life they once enjoyed.
Sometimes they'll stay completely isolated, even to their own room. and become very depressed often.
But treatment is available and begins first with education. Number one, Comandori says, is not fighting the disorder, but rather accepting what it is and moving forward.
Initially consists of an education component so that the veteran and the family members learn about the symptoms, how to recognize them, how to understand, how to put them in perspective.
Next is matching veterans with others who know exactly what it's like to fight on the front lines.
We also have a group therapy where they may participate in group treatment with other veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder.
They also conduct what's called exposure therapy, getting the veterans to imagine themselves back in combat and ultimately overcome it.
A veteran sits down with a therapist and kind of imagines themselves to be back in that situation under the working coordination and help of a therapist.
Comandori leaves this lasting message that regardless of the circumstances that put the veteran in the hands of the VA for treatment, recovery is possible.
Once they're in treatment, we know we can help the veteran.
Ashley Conroy, News 3.
Out of the 200,000 veterans who currently live in Southern Nevada, the VA says about 10,000 suffer from some sort of mental health issue. A tenured UNLV economics professor is suing UNLV. Our media partners at the Las Vegas Sun report 62-year-old Alan Schlottman has filed an age discrimination lawsuit. He claims he was too old to apply. That's what he was told anyway, to apply to an open position to be director of UNLV's Center for Business and Economic Research. Schlottman also says he was told he should retire. A UNLV spokesman says the university doesn't comment on litigation. 92 million Americans are expected to pack their bags between now and the new year for a holiday trip. That means in every major city, including Las Vegas, airports will be busy. News 3's Paul Matadine is live for us at McCarran. And Paul, tell us, how are things out there?
Yeah, well, you can see behind me that right now it's a lull, but it is moderately busy if you're coming here to McCarran. I checked on my smartphone to see how flights were going. You can too at flymccarran.com. Saw that there were some delays for arrivals from places like Vancouver and JFK. Also, departing flights going over to Oklahoma City and Dallas are delayed. But all in all, it is good right now here at McCarran as we gear up for a busy travel weekend across the country. Take a look at what inside McCarran looks like right now. AAA predicts we'll see about 2% more travelers this holiday season than last. But what's different here at the airport is, according to reports, airlines have trimmed the number of flights going in and out of major destinations. That means fewer options if something goes wrong. And like we saw last Christmas, when snowstorms hit the Northeast, that could have a domino effect, causing major delays. Weather-wise, we're only seeing reports of thunderstorms in the southeast U.S. and snow in New England. Those conditions not seeming to cause a problem for travelers right now here at McCarran. 2 days before Christmas, and there weren't any major delays or crowds?
No problems at all, no delays, no crowds. It was great.
Were you surprised?
I was.
What were you expecting?
I expected crowds and lots of headaches.
What was the most difficult part today of traveling?
Getting through security, basically. That took the longest.
TSA.gov, a good website to go to figure out what you can pack. Let's talk parking for a minute, though. We're told right now the long-term garage is full, and it looks like economy parking is filling up. So my best advice to you is to actually call the airport's parking hotline, that number 261-5122. That will certainly save you a lot of headaches as you plan for what's ahead. For now, we're live here at McCarran. I'm Paul Matadine. Marie, back to you.
All right, Paul, great tips there. Thank you. And from our traveler centers to our shopping centers now, Tom Hawley joining us here in the studio, and I imagine they're a little busy this afternoon.
Yeah, Marie, frankly, I'm getting a little bit frightened because I still have some shopping to do myself. Let's take a look outside with our Fitzgerald's camera where you see the Meadows Mall off in the distance here. This is just looking over the top of Valley View by the 95. And look at the parking lot there. It appears in this view to be just about full. Couple of days left until Christmas. We'll take you down to the Fashion Show Mall. This is one of their main parking garages. You can see the interior is just about full, even have a few cars on the roof. And as we go down south, this is looking at a view of Las Vegas Boulevard heading north at the Beltway. What you see at the top of your screen is the Valley's only urban flyover. That is to say, a city street with traffic going up and over the top and into Town Square. Looks like they have some traffic stacked up there as well. So just about everywhere we look, it appears there's some last-minute shopping going on 2 days before Christmas. Marie?
And Tom, you will eventually be among them. All right, thank you for that report, and Merry Christmas to you. Just in time for the opening of McCarran's new terminal, a new international flight will be landing in Las Vegas. The German carrier Air Berlin says it will begin non-stop service between Dusseldorf and Southern Nevada starting next May. Air Berlin says it will fly twice a week between the two cities. The flights will arrive 1 month before the new Terminal 3 opens at the airport. In June, it will become the new home for international flights arriving and departing Las Vegas. With just one, I should say, full shopping day left before Christmas, of course, the rush is on. You saw it in Tom's cameras there. Find out why local stores will be packed even after the presents are opened on Sunday morning.
I was almost in tears. It was an amazing experience.
Layaway Angels visiting Las Vegas. Find out how locals are helping complete strangers have a Merry Christmas. Hi, Jerry.
Marie, we are looking pretty good going into the Christmas weekend, but we have one more chilly night ahead. Temperatures dropping from the 50s into the 40s right now, and we're heading down toward the freezing point before morning. I'll have your complete forecast up ahead, so please stay with us.
Your weather first on News 3.
When the weather's more than just temperatures and conditions.
When it's about getting a head start on your day.
When it's your weekend plans.
Go to mynews3.com, click on weather, then register by clicking on the person icon and start receiving your customized weather reports.
Your weather first on 3 is sponsored by Rob Graham and Associates.
Take yourself out of the fog and do your estate planning.
Call 255-6161.
During the holidays, I just want to cuddle up with a warm blanket and relax. But that can't happen until I get my shopping done. Good thing RC Willey is like 5 stores in one.
Save on sofas, sectionals, recliners, and more. 7-piece room groups are only $9.99. Get a free 15-inch TV with a qualifying dining purchase. This 6-foot beanbag is $49 with a qualifying bedroom purchase. Get both a Toshiba Blu-ray player and Kung Fu Panda 2 on Blu-ray for $19 with a $5.99 purchase.
RC Willey, your home, your way.
You're a defense lawyer?
I'm your defense lawyer, Sarah. Mitch McDeer.
How far has he gotten?
Not that far.
Good.
If Mitch McDeer ever finds the truth in this case, everyone in this room is going to prison.
You're saying there's a contract on me?
Not just you, your family.
Open the door! I found something. I'm not sure what, but someone just tried to kill me.
Find out where he is.
I want to know the truth.
They'll kill me.
The Firm, a new chapter begins January 8th on NBC.
Closed captioning in Spanish, sponsored by attorney Adam Kuttner. Injured? Call the law offices of Adam S. Kuttner for a free consultation. 382-0000.
Thank you, Southern Nevada, for making us your most watched newscast at 5 o'clock. This is News 3 at 5 with Jim Snyder and Jessica Moore.
Welcome back. The holidays are here for many local officials. Las Vegas and North Las Vegas city offices are now closed for Christmas. They will both stay closed through January 2nd to give employees some time to celebrate and to help the city save money. In Henderson, City Hall will be closed on Monday the 26th for Christmas and Monday, January 2nd for New Year's. And Clark County offices will also be closed on December 26th and January 2nd. It is a sprint to the finish as retailers and shoppers rush to get ready for Christmas. According to the National Retail Federation, today is one of the busiest shopping days of the year. Tomorrow is expected to be even worse as last-minute shoppers cross off their Christmas lists. Even after this weekend rush, the rush is not over. The National Retail Federation estimates $46 billion worth of gifts will be returned to stores after Christmas. This is known as the season of giving, and some generous souls are taking that to heart for more than just their friends and family. They are being called layaway angels. Nationwide, Kmart officials confirm more than 1,000 layaways have been paid off. The angels don't seem to be letting up as donations are still rolling in. News 3's Crystal Allen takes us to the Kmart on Craig and Rancho, where they are seeing the angels at work firsthand.
In 42 years as a Kmart manager, I have never had anyone come in and pay off other people's layaways like this.
Layaway angels have been busy at this Kmart.
These were both paid off, and I'm going to go give them a call.
In just the past 2 weeks, more than 100 layaways have already been paid down or off. Many of the layaway orders have been filled with toys. The largest donation so far, $14,000 from a woman touched by a similar deed in the Midwest. Assistant Manager Demi Valemis rang up that donation.
I was almost in tears. It was an amazing experience.
Well, it makes us reach into our pockets because now I've paid 2 or 3 of the angels myself. It's a good feeling.
It's a feeling store manager Frank Aiello says he's filled with each time he dials up a customer a layaway angel has touched.
Hello, is this Crystal?
Hello.
Hello, Kenya? A layaway angel came by and paid on your layaway.
For some, it's news that initially seems too good to be true.
Is this a joke?
No, this is Frank, the store manager at the Kmart on Rancho and Craig. No joke, Crystal. Crystal?
Yes, I'm here.
It's a Christmas miracle that leaves another customer overwhelmed with emotion.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a wonderful day.
I guess you never expected to get a phone call like that, huh?
Never. I never expected.
She's a single mother whose order was past due. It's the case with most of the layaways that have been paid off.
You know, we don't even have a tree, you know, but God is good in the midst of. It's a beautiful feeling when you're able to do something for your kids and you can put a smile on their face.
With so many acts of kindness happening across the valley, we never know when angels might be walking among us. Crystal Allen, News 3.
Talk about a magical moment. This isn't just limited to Kmart's. These layaway angels are also showing up in other stores like Walmart. Safety is about more than locks and alarms.
Oh, now here we've got some burglary tools just laying out.
And some weapons too.
The simple things you can do to make sure your home stays safe as you celebrate over the holidays.
33 years ago, we had a simple idea. Make the best vehicles in America and once a year offer them with special savings. Today, it's a phenomenon. Toyotathon is back with incredible deals on a full selection of new Toyotas. And right now, lease a new 2011 RAV4 for just $199 per month or get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on any new 2012 Highlander. Others have tried to copy it, but in the end, there's only one Toyotathon. The biggest and best sales event of the year is going on now.
Are you still paying full price for jewelry? We offer the largest selection of pre-owned diamonds, Rolex, and all fine jewelry. And what is the difference? Half the price. Stop throwing your money elsewhere. Visit us today. We buy, sell, and trade at Anthem Jewelers. Call us at 838-2270.
This year, give yourself the gift of a Cox bundle and bring all your devices to life. It's an unbeatable package of Cox's best services. With advanced TV, high-speed internet, and digital telephone. You'll get a great bundle and save a bundle. Get these 3 great services, each just $30 per month for 6 months with the 30-30-30 deal. Plus, get HBO for only $10 a month for 3 months. And get HBO Go. It's HBO on your computer. Call 967-3612 and wrap up your savings today.
Hey, this is Chop with Tobin Dodge Superstore. We'll do whatever it takes to be the #1 Dodge dealer in the nation. Right now, 2012 Chargers and Challengers only $19,900. That's right, Chargers and Challengers $19,900. It all ends December 31st at Tobin Dodge Superstore.
Her father was the namesake of Clark County. Now the battle over Huguette Clark's will continues. Pictures of her in the last century show a pretty young woman who became a recluse in later years, eventually living out her life in a hospital room. She died in May at the age of 104. Her estate is worth $400 million, and it's being fought over by her family and former employees. Senator William Clark was a copper baron who was largely responsible for a railroad being built through what became Las Vegas. Today, a New York judge suspended Clark's attorney and accountant from handling her affairs. The judge says there is shocking evidence of tax fraud. She says the two ran up an IRS bill of $90 million. As many people head out of town for the holidays, local police want you to make sure your home is secure. They are offering free evaluations from home security experts. During one of these evaluations, I learned there's a lot more to home security than locks and alarms. Meet Kathy Perkins, a crime prevention specialist for Metro's Northwest Area Command. We are at one Valley home that appears secure. After all, there are home security signs around.
The signs in the window, too, are helpful.
When we get to the front door, that's a different story. Perkins sees a problem.
If you're a burglar and this is your front door and you're standing where Bill is standing, who sees you? There's absolutely no, visibility for you at all. So kicking that door open or working on that lock is easy to do because you're totally hidden.
She points out that may not be an easy fix. However, when we get to the yard, she finds one problem that can be solved very simply.
That as easily as she can open that gate, so can somebody else. So a padlock would prevent that ease of access.
Inside the yard, she says a sliding door appears secure, but it can be improved too.
You can take care of the shatter problem by the security laminate or by having a security screen door that is designed for this area and put against there as well.
What is more concerning? What is outside the door?
Oh, now here we've got some burglary tools just laying out.
Mm-hmm. And some weapons, too.
Items that she says can be used to break into the home or used against the people inside. Better to store the items inside the garage, and that's our next stop, where she points out the garage cord.
If you look right here, behind this window is her emergency release cord. So if a burglar sees that and wants to push out these panes, which are not very secure anyway, get in there and put their hand in and reach that cord and pull it down and just roll up your own garage. But you can take it and you can bundle it up with a food tie or a rubber band and make it close to the track so it's not reachable from the side of the garage.
While Perkins doesn't give out a grade, in this case she made an exception to give some perspective.
Probably a C- bordering on a D.
However, with simply buying lots and stashing garden tools,
all those things take away vulnerabilities.
And that would bring you up
and bring your grade up.
Those solutions are very affordable and, in the case of the tools, free. North Las Vegas and Henderson Police also offer home security checks. If you are interested in scheduling one, get in touch with your neighborhood police station. And my 4 o'clock co-anchor Dan Ball joining us now here in studio with a look at what is coming up tonight. News 3 Nightly at 6.
Well, we're working on some holiday stuff. Why not? Many of us will create new memories this holiday season, but for 2 local families, this will be a Christmas they will never forget.
I'm overwhelmed.
A lot of good people in Las Vegas don't get a lot of credit for what they do.
We're going to show you how their dire situation was turned into a joyful memory that will last forever. That's coming up at 6. And for many people, this Christmas, it will be their last. We're going to tell you how one local group is doing all they can to make their final Christmas a special one. That much, much more tonight at 6 o'clock. Marie?
Okay, Dan, we'll see you then. By executive order, let Christmas happen. That is the word from Governor Brian Sandoval, who wants to make sure jolly old St. Nick has a smooth trip to the Silver State. Executive order number 12 orders the Nevada National Guard to clear the airspace for 1 sleigh and 8 reindeer. It orders the Department of Agriculture and Wildlife to ensure, quote, no creatures are stirring, and to ensure the safe passage of reindeer not indigenous to this state. The Department of Public Safety shall ensure the safe passage into homes, for a plump figure dressed in fur. And the governor continues, be it further ordered, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Signed, the governor. And Rudolph Red-Nose, the Secretary of Sleighs. If you would like to read the entire executive order, just go to our website, mynews3.com. And ahead, a look at our holiday weekend forecast.
Hi, this is Lieutenant Jose. On my way back home from Bagram Air Force Base, I just want to say happy holidays to my mom and all my friends in Las Vegas.
Precision Orthotics and Prosthetics.
Here at Precision Orthotics and Prosthetics, we specialize in prosthetic arms, legs, and custom breast forms, as well as foot orthotics, diabetic shoes, and all types of bracing.
Come in today for your free consultation.
Se habla español.
How do I celebrate the holidays? Oh, I come to the mall, talk about Ford.
This is the new Explorer. It's gorgeous.
Also has something called My Ford Touch, up to 10,000 different commands. Give all the orders.
I like giving orders.
Want to see the Edge?
I love it. I love the big roof.
How about the Escape? 28 miles a gallon is a big deal.
That's a very big deal.
You go with the Escape?
I go with the Escape.
And you like the Edge?
But if you push me, I'll take the Explorer.
Now get up to 2,000 cash back on Edge, or up to 3,000 cash back, or 0 for 60 plus up to 1,000 on Escape. Visit your Southern Nevada Ford stores today.
Station Casino's $1.5 million holiday cash giveaway. $100,000 and 100 winners tonight. Drawings at 8:15 p.m. with 10 winners tonight at every Station Casino and Fiesta. Win $1,000 in cash plus a $500 bonus for all winners who are at the drawing. Swipe your boarding pass and get 10 free entries. Earn more entries every time you play. Station Casino's holiday cash giveaway. Because you love the holidays and we love locals.
This Dodge event will blow your stockings off, featuring a stellar new lineup with best-in-class power, all new refined interiors, and 31 highway MPG. Get the year's best deals at the Dodge Big Finish event. During the Big Finish event, well-qualified lessees get the rear-wheel drive 2012 Dodge Durango SXT for $319 a month.
At Precision Orthotics and Prosthetics, knowledge, experience, and understanding all come together to give our clients the very best that technology has to offer. Not only am I a prosthetist orthotist, but I'm an amputee.
Se habla español.
Owned and operated by Nevada high school graduates. We are Nevada's Information Network.
Okay, Jerry, another crisp, cold, but beautiful December day. And I'm sure for all those shoppers, last-minute shoppers out there, they're bundled up, aren't they?
Yeah, well, you're going to need to bundle up a little going into the mall if you're shopping tonight. But tomorrow it's going to warm up after a crisp and rather chilly morning, I'm afraid. But Christmas is looking nice. 53 degrees the high today. Turn that around, you have the morning low of 35. I think we're going to be above that high tomorrow, but unfortunately below that low in the morning as well. Take a look at a live shot right now. There's McCarran Airport, 50 degrees, the south wind at 6, relative humidity 14% with a dew point of 2 degrees, and the barometer you can see is high. It is holding steady this hour. We do have a ridge of high pressure over us, which is resulting in some clear skies, and without the clouds to act as insulation, the heat escapes into space and temperatures tend to go down. The cold air, really cold stuff over in Utah. But we're going to be doing okay as the milder air will be working its way in. There's the cold stuff, as I said, up to our northeast. We're at 50 officially for Las Vegas. Not quite as nice as San Diego's 58 or Phoenix's 56, but we'll take it. White Christmases, going to be a lot of them from the Great Lakes over into New England. As the frontal system moves down, plenty of moisture there. The warm air really pushed far south. This is a very cool map. You want it really nice and mild, head to South Florida. Little trough that brought us our winds now to our south, some snow in parts of New Mexico, moving into northern Texas. And there's some really cold air in place over the Rockies. As I said, the warm stuff down. 75 in Miami looks good. A stormy Pacific Ocean, but the steering current's taking those storms up to our north. That's where they'll stay. Looks like through the end of 2011, which isn't that much longer, but long enough to get us through the holidays. Here we go. Overnight lows, definitely sub-freezing is the norm on this map. Freezing point at Boulder City, but many of the suburbs of Vegas will be below freezing tonight. And tomorrow's highs, on balance, 4 to 5 degrees warmer than today. When you factor in less winds, definitely going to be a nicer day. So we sing Silent Night, Chilly Night tonight with the suburban freeze, 33 in town, suburbs sub-freezing, 57 tomorrow, sunny and really rather pleasant by late December standards. Tomorrow night, of course, is Christmas Eve, clear sledding, 36 degrees, and here's your look, 7 days ahead. And the big warm-up into the low 60s next week. You have to like that, Marie.
Absolutely. All right, Jerry, thank you. A look at what's coming up on Nightly News next.
This holiday season, give your family the greatest gift you can. Don't drink and drive.
Golightly and Associates, 222-3333.
We invited Cox Cable customers to try CenturyLink Prism TV. Here's what happened.
Our whole home DVR, it's one DVR for the whole house.
Oh, wow.
Records up to 233 hours.
That's awesome.
4 shows at a time.
Perfect.
233 hours in one DVR and split it amongst my household is a blessing from above.
This is what we've been waiting for, and you can write that down.
We did.
Hyundai Assurance, the gift that keeps on giving.
All the stress this holiday, I'm glad I bought a Hyundai. With America's best warranty, 10 years of being worry-free, they're watching out for you and
yourself the gift of peace of mind.
Now, during Hyundai holidays, you can lease the 2012 Genesis for just $399 a month. But only at your local Hyundai dealer.
Doors open promptly at 10 a.m. on Monday for Walker's biggest 3-day year-end doorbuster sale. It's the final sale of the year with the best deals ever. Like this 2-piece microfiber sectional in your choice of colors. Doorbuster price $446. Save up to 80% store-wide. Plus, buy now and pay no interest for 2 years. It's Walker's end-of-the-year doorbuster sale. Great deals, great financing, and free hot dog, soda, and